Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. Today I'm doing something that I've never done before. I am baking a seasonal TBR. Summer is coming. June is just around the corner. We've had some really hot days already here in Virginia. So I have decided to pull out some books from my shelves that I think would make some great summery reads. I will leave them in a separate stack or put them on a shelf on my rotating cart next to me so that I can see them all summer long. And whenever I finish my regular monthly TBR or need a break from it, or just I'm looking for something different to read, I will have these to choose from. I have a huge TBR, and having little stacks of highlighted books helps me to narrow down that decision fatigue and choose a book that I want to read so that I am continuing to read down my TBR. So I have 10 books here that I feel like fit the summer vibes, maybe because they have the word summer or beach in the title, or because they have a summery scene on the cover. These are going to be the 10 books that I hope to get to this summer. I'm going to start off with one that is on my 12 books that I would like to reread this year. I have had some hits and misses with Emily Henry. The first one I've ever read was Beach Read, and I remember really liking it. I just don't know if I would still like it today. So this is one that I would like to reread. It's about two authors who take 3 months. They both live in neighboring beach houses. One is a romance author and one is a more literary fiction, serious author. And they connect and challenge each other in their writing. And of course, there's a bit of a romance. So that is the first one. Next up, I have one that has summer right in the title, The Summer Before the War by Helen Simonson. This is probably the most serious book on the stack. Again, I haven't read all the rest of them, so I don't know how serious they're going to get, but this is going to be a wartime setting, so right away it makes it more serious. But this is one that was sent to me for a Christmas book exchange. I believe Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand is the one that gifted this to me a couple of years ago. So I would like to get it. And I think it's a World War I. Yeah, we're in England, 1914. The end of England's brief Edwardian summer, and everyone agrees the weather has never been so beautiful. There we go. So it's going to be a historical fiction set in summer in England in 1914. Then I have a couple more romancy focused ones. Summer Romance, obviously, by Annabelle Monahan. In this one, we follow a newly single mom, Allie, who is trying to move on after her husband just left her. And she's a professional organizer and feels like her life is a bit in chaos. But as soon as she takes off her ring and kind of puts herself back out there, she meets a new guy. So we'll see how that one goes. Last year, Sarah and Lindsay, two of my booktube besties, they have a book club for their Book List Thursday. And this is one of the books they read last year by Allie Brady, The Beach Trap. Obviously, it's a very beachy cover. This one is not really a romance. There might be romance in it, but we follow these two girls, Kat and Blake. They meet when they're 12 years old. They become instant friends. But then when they're 15, they learn that they're actually half sisters. And that tears them apart. They stop speaking for a long time. 15 years later, their dad dies suddenly. And they come back together over this house. And there's some conflict, but also it's about these two women coming together, building a friendship. I'm here for that. A little bit of a mystery. Every Time I Go on Vacation, Someone Dies by Catherine Mack. Very clearly a summery cover there. This one was a really big hit. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. I think it was last year. 10 days, 8 suspects, 6 cities, 5 authors, 3 bodies, 1 trip to die for. Sounds like a fun read. Another mystery on the stack is Evil Under the Sun. This is a very beachy picture. This is an Agatha Christie. I would really like to read more Agatha Christie. I love mysteries, and I'm slowly building more and more Agatha Christie's on my shelf. So I need to get to reading some of them. And this is one that has been recommended to me for a few years. This is on my recommendations cart for this year. A couple of these are on my rec cart for the year, but this is one of them. It's also not very long. I think it would be fun to read a beachy mystery. Then I think this is another rom-com, Shipped by Angie Hockman. I think this was a library book sale purchase or thrift store purchase. I know I didn't spend too much money on it, but I don't know this author, Angie Hockman, and I don't know if this is going to be a book I'm going to read all the way through or not. I'm not sure how steamy it's going to get or not, but this is The Unhoneymooners meets The Hating Game in this clever romantic comedy following a marketing manager who's forced to go on a cruise with her arch nemesis when they're up for the same promotion. So I really enjoyed The Unhoneymooners, and The Hating Game I liked, except for the constant description of the female protagonist being tiny and petite every single time she was mentioned. But I liked the office romance, the enemies to lovers kind of vibes in there. So I think that this is going to be a fun read for the summer. Then I have a Christian fiction, not so beachy, but definitely travel-y. There's flowers in here. It's Italy. They're eating gelato. I feel like this is going to be really good. Gelato at the Villa by Robin Jones Gunn. This is the second book in the Suitcase Sisters series, but they're companion novels rather than sequels in this series. So I think I can read this out of order, but this one feels more summery than the first one. So I'm going with this one. Grace and Claire have formed a close friendship over their love of reading. After many years and many books that provided armchair adventures, the time has come for them to go somewhere instead of only dreaming of someday. I love that. Bookish friends taking a trip together. Dreams. The last two don't have anything super summery on them. I mean, they do give me summer vibes. So I have Aria's Traveling Bookshop. This one is set in the summer and the main character's last name is Summers. So it says, this summer will change everything. Aria Summers knows what she wants. A life on the road with her best friend Rosie and her beloved camper van come bookshop, and definitely no romance. So that sounds fun. Traveling together, bookish van, bookish book, friendship, set in the summer, and her last name is Summer. Had to put that on the list. And finally, one that's been on my shelves for a while is The Late Bloomers Club by Louise Miller. That bike leaning against the bush just feels like summertime to me. That was my summer when I was a kid, riding my bike everywhere. So I had to add this one as well. This is Nora, the owner of Miss Guthrie Diner, is perfectly happy serving up apple cider donuts, coffee, and eggs to the regulars. But her life is soon upended when she discovers she and her younger sister stand to inherit the home and land of the town's beloved Peggy Johnson. So we're going to follow that story from there. One quality I love about the majority of this list is that they're all pretty short, which is kind of the vibes I love in the summertime. Just a short, delightful read. They're also very yellow and blue with a little bit of orange, couple orange. There's like orange, but it's a very appealing stack of books. This one's a chonker, but I'm sure I can find it on audio. I'm curious to see how many of these I will actually read throughout the summer. I'm going to keep it separate. They'll be available for me to choose from when I do my June, July, and August TBRs. And we'll just see. We'll see what happens. Let's chat down in the comments. I would love to know, have you read any of these? Do you think I'm going to like them? Did you like them? Did you not like them? Let me know. Also, what book or books are you excited to get to this summer? Do you change your reading at all for the season? I'm curious. Let's chat down below. And if you've made it this far, but you're not feeling chatty today, that's okay. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and put a sunshine emoji just to let me know that you were here. It also helps more people to see my videos. And thanks for telling me. Some of you in the comments recently have told me that YouTube showed you my video and you've watched it and stuck around. So thank you so much for joining and being a part of this corner of the internet. I really love all of you for being here. And I look forward to chatting with you in another video very soon. Bye.